Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Dutch experience on Empire Total War. We have achieved peace in our time. Well, apart from two little upstarts that we're going to be getting out of the good old dusty cane and giving them a slapping. You don't do that to the Dutch, I'm afraid. The Ottomans have blockaded the port at Alexandria, and we're sending a sizable fleet under the command of, what's his name? Adam Tinnemans. He's going to be going up against the poor fleet under Ismail Talat. And then we're going to destroy their port, and hopefully they'll have a nice ceasefire. Apart from that, we're very confident that we're going to hold here in the Star Fort of Cairo. There's nothing really they can do. Over in India, we achieved a ceasefire to allow a bit of a reset and a bit of a rebuild, which was necessary, because it's basically on fire at the minute, and we could do with money, and we could do with the armies resting, recuperating, and then getting ready to go again. So, we need to upgrade that as well. So we'll get 15 grand. At one point we were taking 60, 70 grand in over the time, and money wasn't an option. But the war with India, it really has taken its toll on the economy. In the last episode, we cleared out the Ruskies from the last remaining trade node in the East Indies as well. And we're going to be sending an awful lot of trading ships. We need 14. No, we don't. We got 3 of them, so we need 11. And that'll be another 2,000, I reckon, a go. But mainly, this episode is about... We only need this one territory. This is the key to the game now. Satara in Bijapur. What we would like is for all of our little forces to, first of all, we would like to be able to tax the provinces. That's quite important to us. And then that will be able to float the economy. And then we also need we need them to be like this. This is good for us because we can take the army out, but we can't start the second phase of the war until the first phase has reached an amicable conclusion. I suspect that the Indians are going to do something in the trade posts, because they can't really do anything. They can't take these people out anywhere. I suppose they could take them out of the port, but then where would they go? Hopefully, as well, we're going to be able to trade with India. Trade with India always helps. But we have our customary long wait while Austria does bugger all at the tip of the Greek peninsula. Apart from that, all rather well. I've been rather ill recently. I don't know why. This has been an awful summer, by the way, an absolutely awful summer in, where do I live? The Black Country. It has just rained. It looks like we've got a day of settled weather. And now if I can get another day, then I can go and mow the lawn, which is bloody long at the minute. And due to the new exciting regulations around garden waste collection, we don't have enough space to... If I cut the lawn, I don't have enough space to put the grass cuttings, because they now charge us for the pleasure. So I'm going old school and council style with mowing the lawn without the sort of bucket for collection on the back of my lawnmower, and just leaving the rows of cut grass. It smells rather nice. But it is irritating to have to pay for something that for the last 10 years has been free. That just rankles me. Also, the Premier League season has kicked off and mighty Aston Villa, tipped for Europe, lost 5-1. Opportunity to intercept. No. You're going to move away, that's fine. Workers are on strike, but we're not charging you anything. Are you able to... Yes! Look at this! Money! How much do you actually get us? 4 grand! This is why it's important. You can come back in here, and you need a unit of infantry, and then you're good to go. Up here we could do with a blocking fleet, and let's repair as much as we can. Now, are they trapped? Can they get...
Yeah. Forward! There were orders.
Retrain all of those as well. Not sure it's worth repairing them just yet. Then what else can be... You don't seem... Oh no, you're fine for... Okay. What do you do? I would destroy that. Actually, we would like you to be... Oh, let's have some fish. Public order, right. Let's see. You've got no chance. Are you not far away? Not far away at all. But for the majority of the current time, we have to put pressure on the Ottomans. We're not going to make it as well. So we'll blockade you. 21,000 now, that's all sorted. And it just so happens that we can now start filling them up. So that's 2. Let's count. We need 11. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'll do that. Another unturn. Bit of peace in our time, just to settle us down. What we really want is to be able to fight in their territories. We don't like the idea of having to sit inside our castles, our settlements. Because all the computer does in Empire is just run around and destroy your towns. Now that's fine. It's a tested defence strategy, borne out by the successful invasion and conquest of France. That if you just sit in your capital, fully aware, as long as it's not your own territory, that's where the issue comes. For instance, if you went Russia and the Swedes break through the scuffle over St. Petersburg and they start sort of roaming around the towns of Russia, that would cause you a massive problem. You end up with the decision of whether to march out from Moscow but it's so big that by marching out, if you get your positioning wrong, they can then outmaneuver you and sort of take your capital away from you. Now that can't happen here because we're not Indian, we're from Holland. So it's more to do with we want some of these moved out the way. I mean, how many do they have? Actually, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So one of them's the city. They probably have 4 armies. Whereas we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surrounding this target territory, and then we have another 2 up there. We have 9 armies in the area, and we can have more once we take the pressure off from the Ottomans as well. So all positive. We would just very much like them to evacuate all these forces, send them off. They've got a war against Persia, and they've got the Punjab rebellion to put down. They've got stuff to do, and we would very much like just to walk in and auto-resolve it, although I won't auto-resolve because we've been burned before. The siege of Colombia, was it I think it was against Colombia. It might not have been Bogota itself, it might have been the other one, New Andalusia, where we're vastly advanced in terms of technology and whatnot, and we just lost because the computer said no. Moved on to Poland. They got a ship. Maybe they're gonna move some of the men out. You can do that all you want. We just don't care. I wonder if you're trapped. No, you're not. Have a new fleet arriving. This is where we're going to build up some more economy. Each one of these is worth 2.5 grand. That's very good news for us. Build some things that will make you happier. That will make you love me more. We just don't care about any of that. Ooh, roads. I think we've put out all the fires now, apart from up here. You can have one of those. Now the army down here is ready to go again. You're all good. What's wrong with you? It's only a couple of men, we'll be fine. So is anybody else ready to have their taxes taken? No, you're not. Whoops. Neither are you. Disappointing. Well, back we go to Europe. Oh no, hang on. Did we not build any ships? Now they've not rebuilt their main port. That is interesting. None of these ports are making them any money. Because we destroyed them all in the Great War. Would you like... No, we can't trade with them. We'll just give you all of this. Just stop fighting me. There you go. There you go fight India, is what we would like. We're just going to leave him there. Supplies don't matter. Now, I've been playing an awful lot of stainless steel at the minute, and one of the things that I really like about the game is that you can't march too far into enemy territory without consequences. Oh, they have a shocking fleet. I've been asked when we do the naval battles. For like a little roundup of what types of fleets and ships are involved, but I'll try and do that for the next campaign. Again, thoughts in the comments below if you have ideas about what you think the campaign should be. But this is pointless. I mean, you can just look at the size difference of my my ship compared to theirs. Around we go. He has 25 cannons and we have 84 left. There you go. That's the Admiral dead. Where did the others go? Oh my god, they're rowing their boats. What a farce. We've got first rates, and they're here on fishing vessels. Feel the might of my ships. They just crap themselves the minute they get anywhere near. Pure and total humiliation. Poor sod. They've put their oars up. We'll take the prize money, thank you.
Schip in beste staat, kapitein. Gevechtsposities klaar voor de strijd.
Now we think you should give us a treaty. And our trade back. No. Fine. I got all the cool new units that came with the DLC. Right. We go back to India. There should be some stuff we can rebuild now. Hang on, you needed to be rechecked, not you. Is it down here? There's one. Goa. What is that? Let's destroy that. It costs 4,000 that one does to retrain. 4,000. What on earth? Enter! we might like to do, I'm now thinking about how to take out Bijapur. If we ring fence the whole territory with our armies, close enough so that if one was engaged, another one would be called in to assist. That might be the best way forward. And then we can make merry attacking all the other provinces in India. I just think that once you get to the point where they've got a stupid number of stacks, that's going to be a difficult way of getting in. And because for some reason my computer is fine when we get attacked in a city, but when I'm assaulting a city itself, it doesn't like it as much. So having 8 different stacks to assault Bijapur won't go very well for me. You're probably on strike because everything's on fire in this territory. Right, first things first, let's have that port redone. Let's have that there, tea. Good Englishman likes his tea. Build that. Right, what can we repair? 4 grand. 2 grand. We'll have a theatre because that's going to be important. Can't repair you, can't repair you. Oh, we can improve you as well. Another 2. Still haven't repaired their... How can they afford all of this? It's because these are all armed peasantry. And just crap. Could be. Now I would expect... no, it has happened. You can see the flags are starting to get holes in, so that means that I think that they can't afford to pay their soldiers. So it's all the blockade of... What is this? Gaza. Didn't know it was a port. Heard of the Gaza Strip. But the blockade of Gaza is having an effect on the will of the Ottomans, whittling them down. And we're now going to see I was going to say, we're going to see how we could think about the conquest of the Indian capital. And again, it's armed citizenry, so I should be able to... We just want them away from that settlement, so we can pick each army off one by one, and then eventually we would come out on top. Interesting that they can't rebuild any of the ports. Hopefully Punjab stays loyal. What can be repaired this time? You're done. You're done. Up here, you're you're done. More trade. The lifeblood of the Dutch Empire. What is it on now? 968 up to 1300. Seven bridges of Königsberg. Oh, wow. Ah, they're having a little rebellion now. That's going to be our policy with them. We're just going to starve them out. Blockade them and wait for them to ask for a ceasefire. They are very much waiting to come over, aren't they? 6 grand that one territory is. That's insane. 6 grand. What do you give us? Can you go on? Woohoo! That's another grand. That's 7 grand we should be getting now. Yes, good, good. You're repaired, so you can have one of them. Now we can just sort of make hay, building lots of things. So what we kind of say, he's going to be in the field. We're going to be using him to do what is the question. But we don't want these two to remain in their cities now. We're going to want them to probably invade Bera. Maybe we could move you there. No, you still... Oh, we'll do that next game. Going to move you out as well already. We're going to build another army down here. This gentleman is going to be ready to go south into Marwa. So this is where we start moving our pieces about a little bit. Next go, we're going to rebuild that port and we're going to build an army. So we'll get that sorted. And then they'll form the main thrust into the other Indian territories. And we're going to see if we can whittle down the capital. It's a shame you can't build those massive rail guns they had in the First World War. The ones that could, like, fire a shell 70, 80 miles. Because then we could just do that and just shell the crap out of this capital city until they just surrender. I think they're essentially broken, aren't they? So it is mainly about making sure that the next war is the last war with India. Of course, the British didn't do it in, well, I say the British, the East India Trading Company, which is a remarkable story when you think we didn't actually officially invade India. Some idiots who wanted to make themselves rich did, and then bought themselves an army whilst they were doing it. That's why so many atrocities were committed in India, because it wasn't the British army, it was just men doing stupid things, and quite, if we're honest, quite racist things. So here we're just going to rebuild everybody. It's a simple standard army. Don't need 2 generals, that's ridiculous. I'll do that. You're rebuilding, good. You're moving into position. We're going to look at It's going to sort of stay on the hills. That blocks them in. Yes, we're now sort of starting to rebuild the country. Good. I think by my calculation that I needed 3 more. Still haven't rebuilt it. That's insane. What we would like is for you, you're going to need to come somewhere else. How many recruitment slots do you have? Ah, we could build another army here. Building, yes. I think we could take the American army. I mean, it's done absolutely nothing. Dirks Gravisander. I'm going to take him. If you could go straight to Brazil. That doesn't affect the economy that much, does it? Ah, actually, are we taxing all of you? Yeah. It's bloody ages. I'll be furious if we weren't. Yes. Ah, we need to retrain that. That's another one. When that American army gets here as well, insurmountable. We're going to land him up somewhere north on the east, on the west coast. So just to give us a bit of a... Do we want that Gujarat? I was thinking maybe a little bit more north, sort of like here, so we can bleed off some of their forces. Or maybe that's just being too clever and we just dump him here. And then we can just run around, destroy their forts. We do need to take Nagpur, and that's what these forces are doing here. These two will march straight on Nagpur. And this one with the Puckle guns. The Puckle guns have not been a great success, if we're honest. They're okay. They're just not what I thought I was recruiting. When I saw that you could only have 6 of them, I thought, oh, these must be massively overpowered. And they're not. Not really. They're fine. I mean, they're okay. I wouldn't worry too much about them. I'd be interested to see how long it takes the Indians to rebuild all of their ports and all of the damage that's happened. We've basically recovered now. You're on strike, are you? That's fine. We're not ready for war just yet, so it's okay. We're just getting ourselves into position. Oh, that's so annoying that you're not Go on, do we get away with it? Go, 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 go. What did you have a kink for?
Geef de zee.
Ah! That's so annoying.
Bestemming in zicht. Orders.
More trade.
Aye, aye.
How many shy? 5? 5 left. So you need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then some horses. That's not ours. That's why I can't build anything there. Oh, we can improve the fishing port, that's lovely. So many people, an unbelievable amount of people. Oh, and everybody's now being taxed, that's good news. So, did we build any of the... No, is it this guy that they do go? Still haven't rebuilt that port. Have they rebuilt any of the ports? Nope. I've got a dry dock there. Haven't rebuilt that. See, it was this one that I was thinking maybe send the American forces to. Let's see if we can direct some of these forces west. Just quietly putting everybody in position. You're not. Might as well come back and stare at that port again. Just so you can know that there's a threat coming. A thinly veiled threat, but still a threat. Oh, we're still on that one. So I'm thinking by the end of this episode, probably in about 5 minutes' time, we shall re-declare war on the Indians. It looks like we have enjoyed the peace treaty and the ceasefire much more than they have, for our country is no longer on fire. And we've got an extra 3 when this American force comes. An extra 3 armies in the region, and that shall be the final death knell for the Indians. Again, just to reiterate, I don't really need to take all of India, I just want one territory, and it's unfortunate that the whole of the Indian army seems to know that's the territory I need, which is a shame. Britain on its conquest of America. Interesting that we're not really taught about the American independence from the British Empire. I suppose in America it's thought of as something that must be incredibly important and would therefore be sort of a high watermark or a sliding doors moment for the British. But the reality is that when we lost the 13 colonies in the War of Independence, we just went and nicked Australia. So to us it didn't really make that much of a difference. Whereas of course, like for the Americans, it's the beginning of your own... Ooh. They want what? No. Like it's the birth of your country, isn't it? Whereas ours, depending on which way round you want to look at it, ours is either 1066 and the Norman invasion, or, and I prefer, it's the Alfred the Great and the removal of the Danelaw in sort of Viking invasions Britain. Exactly what he said. We're building more things. Up to 30 odd now. What do you need? 4 horses. Where have you gone? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll be done. Whereas up here, what do we need? We've got 3. So just 4. 1, 2, 3. So they're all good. We need to move the gentleman from here.
Orders?
I think we can just go straight to India now.
Order.
Hang on. Huh? The Ottomans couldn't keep it up. Naval blockade. Now that's going to be a problem, is it not? Do we? Now this is an interesting one. Do we start moving... Who are the Indians allied with? Let's have a look. They're allied with Russia. So they're not really... It's not really... much of a benefit. I was going to say, do we start thinking about taking away their European holdings as well?
Ja?
Did you? You're on the hills. You could be improved. More shippy ships. Off you go, sir. Still destroyed. They must be just hemorrhaging money. We'd like that upgraded. you're doing it as well, that's fine. We've only got dirt roads. Backwards Indians. God. And we can upgrade a couple of our ports as well, that's good. That's very good. You're already going. Up here we can do you as well. So, let's just go on a tour of what they've got. You got nothing.
Aye, aye, kapitein. Orders?
Naval hospital.
Orders ontvangen.
There should be quite an important
Kapitein.
port over here.
Ontvangen en begrepen.
It doesn't look like they've got any naval force as well in the area. It's just a waste. So if we take our patrolling fleet, he's done the right thing, he's checked everything's secure, and he can come back to the Straits of Gibraltar. And we'll do one more end turn. Hopefully the Americans we'd like them to appear by the end of the episode, but I think we're going to call it for there. Just a little, and then the next one is going to be the conclusion to the fight. We have to make sure that they don't take any of our required victory condition territories, if that makes any sense. I knew I said that the wrong way. Any territories which we require for the victory conditions. That's what we're trying to say. And once we've done that, we can happily run around and take all of their stuff off them. Like I said, we plan to take Nagpur. That's nice and simple. Depending on what forces they've got, I suppose. I do very much like the idea of dropping the American army off at Kot in Sindla. But I think, actually, as Bijapur is the goal, the only goal, and the complete goal, it would be probably better if they were used to do something in the region. Or maybe we use the Americans as a suicide. Because what the problem that they've got is they've got an awful lot of units. We don't know what the strength of those units are. It looks like they've just built another bloody one. But they can't rebuild their own port, so what are they doing? So maybe a battle where we just sort of wear them down. Attritional warfare. Very much in the mould of the most successful war ever fought in World War One. Now they're having to think about something. I just can't see any other. They can't give it to me in a treaty because it's their nation's capital. So that instantly takes that out of the way. And there's no point faffing around with New York just yet. I mean, in theory, we could just take all these armies back and invade Britain. Then America would rise again. It's had an election. That's nice. We haven't completed the technology tree yet. That's insane. Oh, we're going to abolish slavery. About bloody time, I think.
Waarheen, kapitein? Aye.
Exactly. That is now worth nearly 2,000. we're making 30 grand quite comfortably now. So your army is essentially ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miscounted. Whoops. What do you need down here? You need 2 units of horses, and we've got them coming. So let's just check that everything is going to be as profitable as possible. And that's pointless. The minute we go to war, they're going to march across the border and have a go at that one. What could we do with you? We could do with an army being built. I know we could keep it down here so we can churn them out. This is helpful. Nothing else with a little build symbol above it? Above. And then main port, still on fire. So we're going to call it a day there, it seems. Everything tipped, ready for the declaration. We're just waiting on the Americans, who are late to nearly every war, to just show up. Just add that extra stack. Could build another one, actually. Wouldn't that be interesting? No, we got you. Yeah, let's just build another one. And instantly we got another army to plug this gap. He's going to come over here. Yeah, we'll leave that there for the time being. Everything balanced quite nicely. Thank you very much for watching. If indeed you have, do leave suggestions for who to be next. It's been a very long time since we started a campaign. We've done the Swedish, we've done the Dutch. Well, assuming this is going to go our way, which I very much think it will, if we're honest. We might as well just build these, because they're annoying me that we have those icons floating around. So, who would you like to see? Would you like to see Prussia, Russia, France? We've got all the little nations like Venice and Denmark and people like that. If Denmark's probably a bit too similar to Sweden. But do start having a think about who you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching. All 110 subscribers we have now. That is mental to me. So thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.